Hello everyone, my name is Sergey Kulinkovich and I'm the art director of Nikolay Ironov project. And today I'm very excited to tell you the story behind the creation of this thing and share some insights. So let's get started.
Николай Ironov.
Его никто не видел в студии.
Никто ничего не знал о нем.
Чё за чувак?
Его заметили, когда он начал делать логотипы.
Иронов не оставлял равнодушных.
Что это?
Мы еще не доросли до этого логотипа.
Это какие-то символы, которые они во мне увидели, бы типа они сюда выдали так. Это мое лицо! Посмотрите!
Нет ни малейшего шанса, что это просто совпадение.
Это все начало нового пути.
Его работы запускали в производство.
Это все говорит то, что это живет уже на вывеске, на упаковке.
Другие дизайнеры стали копировать его.
Через несколько лет ты будешь смотреть и видеть, как трансформируется норма.
Важное событие в мире дизайна. Наш дизайнер Николай Ironov справился блестяще с этой задачей.
Николай Ironov — это не человек.
Мы создали искусственный дизайнерский интеллект.
Он может создать бесконечное количество логотипов, и все, что тебе нужно сделать, выбрать идеально.
Способ делать быстро, много и разнообразно.
Он создает совершенно новое.
Он не боится критики.
Получается что-то, что не думает так, как человек.
Эта комбинация компонентов создает такой диапазон, который ни один живой человек не может покрыть.
Даже я уже часто не понимаю, как именно он думает.
Все уже произошло, это уже на улицах.
We've been designing things for years and we have a huge experience in different design areas. So graphic design and branding are definitely one of our main points of interest at the moment. Back in the days, it all started with website development. So historically, we have a strong background in tech. We've been combining design and tech widely. For example, instead of designing just one version of the periodic table, we created thousands. Technology has allowed us to do this. But all these years, we've been using technology more in a supporting, secondary role. And at some point, we thought, what if we made technology the basis for creativity, the source for original image creation? So we started our research. And we experimented a lot with different image creation technologies, including various neural networks and algorithms. And eventually, we found that using isolated neural networks, in most cases, doesn't lead to sufficiently diverse results that can be applied to real design tasks. We saw how hundreds of logos were created, how the teamwork process goes on. And this allowed us to see some patterns, things that are repeated over and over again during the creative workflow. So instead of building just one technology, we decided to build a bunch of tiny design automation tools and later combine them into one system. And that was the moment when Ironoff was born. We were guided by our vision on how the process of creation the successful brand identity should be built. And that was the aha moment. So the real power of neural network technology in solving the real design tasks is revealed when neural networks are combined with each other and the results are enriched with algorithms. So we use combination of neural networks and algorithms to create fresh looking and unique design pieces. So this approach offered an unlimited number of fresh perspectives. So our system came up with fascinating and sometimes really unexpected results. So eventually we've built a product to handle every stage of graphic design process. Essentially, Nikolay Ironov's brain is a combination of different design automation algorithms that serve different stages of the design process. And we understand that this is just the beginning, like the minimum viable product. So it turned out that the thing we call creativity, in many cases, is just about complexity. And if you spend enough time just researching and isolating each of the creativity components, you will eventually find out how this magic works. It also became clear that what a human creative spends most of his time on can be automated effectively. So this creates the opportunities to free designer from the routine, which used to be an integral part of creative process before. So we've tested our technology on over 20 real commercial projects, creating everything from beer bottles, labels, to startup logos. And it is interesting that many clients were absolutely satisfied with the results. And they actually put that design on their real products. And that proved that our approach is viable, that artificial design developed by a machine is now at a stage where it can be put on real products in real world and can be loved by clients, and not only by clients, but by the end brand consumers. We want to push the limits of what is called normal. And we aim to create things that will require some extra space in people's minds. So Nikolay Ironov is an excellent tool for finding new in design. You just set some boundaries and let it do whatever it wants. So creating something new in graphic design is quite a challenging task. And even if you remove all the restrictions, the designer will still offer some stereotypical design solutions one way or another. And designers have a great affinity to their style, which they developed over the years. And going beyond this style is not as easy as it seems at first sight. Sometimes designers are afraid to even think of something that falls out of understanding the norm. The second important point is that creating something new requires some efforts. In order to simply check how this or that solution will look like, the designer needs to spend a certain amount of time and energy to create a sketch. As a result, designer often makes a choice in favor of familiar solutions with predictable efficiency to save time and energy. So this greatly limits the potential range of solutions available to a human designer. And Ironoff solves this problem by providing the opportunity to test tons of various design options in seconds. When our clients found out that their projects were implemented by a machine, this caused a positive feedback. It turned out that people were ready for the future, and business needs result, not the process. And if the machine is able to create a decent design, so why not? Moreover, there were clients who began giving preference to Ironov instead of human designers. And people started to find advantages in the design created by machine. But we went even further. We created a service that hundreds of people nowadays use to solve their own design problems without our direct involvement. In fact, we have converted our expertise in design into a product. And now people have access to our expertise, and our personal time is no longer a bottleneck. Today, users can experience seeing a brief transformed into a unique corporate identity within seconds, right in front of their eyes. This story is also about democratizing design. If you want your brand to stand out in the era of startups, personal branding, and micro businesses, you need to look for original, bold, contrasting graphic design solutions. And this search often turns into a long and expensive experience. So we aim to democratize design by reducing the cost while delivering the same, or in some cases even better, results. So the launch of this project initiated like an endless discussions on the future of design profession. And many creatives were afraid that they might lose their job in future. And I received a lot of messages from designers asking what they should do now. With the development of such tools, people will have more time to discover their inner creative potential and do what only a human being can do so far. New technologies may require some changes in design education. I expect shift from focusing on basic design skills to learning how to build and manage complicated systems that are able to produce desired results. Unlike his human co-workers, Ironoff can work 24 hours a day, never gets sick, and never suffers from artistic blocks. However, we do not seek to remove people from the creative process entirely, but instead to shift them from being designers to art directors. And the ability to choose becomes more important than the ability to create. Today, technology allows you to do amazing things. The main challenge is to find the right combination of technology, data, and context. It is only a matter of time before such systems will take their place in other creative industries. So, thank you so much for having me, and have a great day.